Everyone, this is Gary St. Fleur. This is Safe Scranton, and this is the Safe Scranton Brief. Today, I want to talk to you about the whole week's happening and goings. In particular, the subpoena of the mayor and city council for the public hearing scheduled at February 13th, Monday, 1:30 at the Lackawanna County Administrative Building, located on 200 Adams, Downtown Scranton. I expect all of you to be there. It's a public hearing, a public event, and this is the type of civic engagement that Scrantonians need to be doing. So I expect to see all of you there. I'll be there, of course, to give testimony and to have the mayor and city councils give their justification for their increased taxation. For those of you who have kept tabs of Scranton, Safe Scranton, and the things that I've been doing, you know that I've been keeping a single note or topic or position regarding what I believe about the situation of Scranton. Now, Scranton is facing an issue with its taxation and regulation. Now, to make this very simple, if people do not have disposable income because they're giving their money, more of their money to the government through taxes and fees, garbage fees, etc., what are they going to spend their money on? Because the money is no longer there. They don't have disposable income to start buying things and making investments and circulating the money within the local economy. That, of course, distresses the entire economic playing field. It harms job creation, it hampers growth, and it hurts the longevity of the city in terms of its fiscal and economic viability. What the city of Scranton is doing is taking the financial distress of the city and putting it on the backs of the taxpayer, as opposed to absorbing it themselves. Now the question is, why aren't they doing so? Now, the Mr. Courtright seems to have a preference towards the government workers and the unions. He seems not to renegotiate the contracts with what the Omarosa plan calls for. He doesn't seem to try to make any cuts in the government level. All he does is increase taxes, sell government public assets, and raise fees on the people. I say and contend that a reverse should be happening. There should be more cuts on the government level, because obviously if the enterprise cannot function without its current operating budget, it needs to make cuts. That is just basic fiscal and economic sense. The city of Scranton has reduced its population from 150,000 to 75,000 people, and yet the cost of government, the cost to render services have increased. This does not make sense. The city of Scranton needs to find out how to run a lot leaner, provide more value to the people than it takes in through being more efficient and more productive, and allow for the financial well-being of the city to handle its own concerns. The way that happens is through the city not having these barriers and these obstructions towards its growth, allowing people to start businesses easily, allowing entrepreneurs to get started up without having to worry about paying this tax. I heard one person who wanted to start up a business said that before he even had a sale or a customer, he was already paying money to the government. It shouldn't be this way. Government should not be in the way of having people prosper or obtain their goals. It should be a way to facilitate this and encourage it. And that's what I want to do with the city. And I think that this is what the people of Scranton also want with the city. So I'm glad to Steve Corbett, who had me on his show last night to talk about my position on the city and about the Act 511 taxes and the local taxes that we are championing to be reduced. Of course, my position is that taxes should be reduced across the board. I was also at the LA Tyrone show tonight. I'm glad that he had me on. It was a very interesting interview. I'm glad for all those callers who did call in, and I appreciate the questions. And I always tell people that I'm all for transparency. I'm glad when Scrantonians do ask questions, do inquire, do see to what's going on, because they should see what's going on. They should seek to get information. I want to make this information available to you. Check my website out, safescranton.com. The subpoena will be there. The court documents will be there, all the dockets, all the editorials and information that you might need to get you abreast of the situation to understand exactly what's at stake. And I hope that you continue to keep tabs on what's happening and hold your government officials accountable. Let's take back the city. The city belongs to you, the Scrantonians. And I'm glad to be at your service. Thank you. God bless. Have a good night.